The American Revolution. A small band of colonies clinging to the edge of a vast continent dared to challenge the might of the British Empire. It was a conflict that would redefine a nation and shape the destiny of a people. This is the story of their struggle, their sacrifice, and their ultimate triumph. The American Revolution was not simply a war for independence. It was a clash of ideologies, a battle for the very soul of a nation. The colonists, weary of oppression and yearning for liberty, rose up to claim their birthright, the right to self-governance, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The echoes of this revolution reverberate even today, reminding us of the fragility of freedom and the courage it takes to defend it. It is a story that continues to inspire, to challenge, and to remind us of the enduring power of the human spirit. Let us journey back to the tumultuous days of the 18th century and witness the birth of a nation. The road to revolution was paved with grievances, each one a stone laid down in anger and frustration. At the heart of the colonists' discontent was a simple yet powerful phrase: no taxation without representation. The British Parliament, thousands of miles across the Atlantic, seemed deaf to the colonists' pleas. The Stamp Act, the Townshend Acts, the Tea Act, each new levy ignited further outrage in the colonies. These acts were not merely about money, they were about power. The colonists saw these taxes as a direct assault on their rights as Englishmen. They had no voice in Parliament, no say in the laws that governed them. This fundamental injustice rankled deep within the colonial consciousness, fanning the flames of rebellion. Resentment simmered, waiting for the spark that would ignite the fires of revolution. The simmering tensions finally boiled over on a chilly December night in 1773. The setting was Boston Harbor, the stage set for an act of defiance that would reverberate throughout the colonies. A group of colonists, disguised as Native Americans, boarded 3 British ships laden with tea. With each chest of tea that plunged into the icy water, a message was sent. The colonists would not be bullied, they would not be silenced. The Boston Tea Party was more than just a protest against attacks on tea. It was a symbolic act of defiance, a declaration that the colonists would no longer tolerate British tyranny. The British response was swift and harsh. The port of Boston was closed, troops were sent in, and the colonies found themselves on the brink of war. The die was cast, the lines drawn in the sand. There would be no turning back. The morning of April 19, 1775, dawned cold and clear in Massachusetts. In the quiet towns of Lexington and Concord, a confrontation was brewing, one that would forever alter the course of history. British troops, dispatched to seize colonial military supplies, encountered a fierce resistance from a determined band of Minutemen. The first shots fired that day, on the village green at Lexington, marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. The Redcoats, initially caught off guard by the colonists' resolve, were forced to retreat back to Boston under a hail of gunfire. The news of the battles at Lexington and Concord spread like wildfire throughout the colonies, igniting a spirit of resistance that would not be extinguished. Section 5. The Declaration of Independence, a beacon of freedom. On July 4, 1776, a group of men gathered in Philadelphia and took a bold, unprecedented step. They signed their names to a document that declared their independence from Great Britain. The Declaration of Independence, penned by Thomas Jefferson, was a revolutionary document. It proclaimed that all men are created equal, endowed with certain unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These were not just lofty ideals, they were fighting words, a call to arms for a people yearning to be free. The Declaration of Independence was a beacon of hope, not just for the American colonies but for people all over the world who longed for freedom and self-determination. It was a testament to the power of ideas, the courage of conviction, and the enduring belief in the promise of a better tomorrow. Section 6. General George Washington, leading the charge. At the helm of the Continental Army stood a man of unwavering courage and determination, General George Washington. Washington was no stranger to military life, having served in the French and Indian War. But leading a ragtag army of farmers and shopkeepers against the might of the British Empire was a daunting task. Washington faced countless challenges, shortages of supplies, low morale, and a seemingly endless stream of British troops. Yet, he persevered, inspiring his men with his leadership, his resilience, and his unwavering belief in the cause of liberty. Washington's strategic brilliance was also evident in key battles such as Trenton and Yorktown, where he outmaneuvered and outfought his British counterparts. His leadership was instrumental in guiding the Continental Army through the darkest days of the war, and ultimately securing victory. Section 7. The Turning Point, Saratoga and the French Alliance. The Battle of Saratoga, fought in the autumn of 1777, proved to be a turning point in the war. The Continental Army, led by General Horatio Gates, decisively defeated the British forces under General John Burgoyne. Saratoga was more than just a military victory, it was a strategic triumph that had far-reaching consequences. The victory at Saratoga signaled to the world that the American colonies were a force to be reckoned with. More importantly, it convinced France, eager to see her old enemy Britain weakened, to formally ally with the fledgling nation. French military and financial assistance would prove crucial in the years to come, tipping the scales in favor of the Americans. Section 8. Victory and its aftermath, the Treaty of Paris. After years of struggle and sacrifice, the American Revolution reached its conclusion in 1783 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. The treaty, signed by representatives of the United States, Great Britain, France, and Spain, formally recognized the independence of the United States of America. The Treaty of Paris marked the end of British rule in the colonies and the birth of a new nation founded on principles of liberty, equality, and self-governance. It was a triumphant moment for the fledgling nation. But the hard work of building a new government and forging a new identity was just beginning. The legacy of the revolution, however, would continue to shape the destiny of the United States for centuries to come. The ideals of liberty, self-determination, and popular sovereignty enshrined in the Declaration of Independence would serve as a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations of Americans. Section 9. The Enduring Legacy, a New Nation Forged. The American Revolution was a watershed moment in world history. It was a testament to the power of ideas, the courage of ordinary people fighting for their freedom, and the enduring belief in the promise of a better tomorrow. The legacy of the revolution continues to shape the United States today. The Constitution, drafted in 1787, established a government based on the principles of popular sovereignty, limited government, and individual rights. These principles, forged in the fires of revolution, continue to be the cornerstone of American democracy. The American Revolution also had a profound impact on the world. It inspired revolutions and independence movements across the globe, from France to Latin America. The ideals of liberty, equality, and self-determination, once considered radical and dangerous, became the rallying cry for people seeking to break free from oppression and tyranny. The American Revolution reminds us that freedom is not free. It must be fought for, defended, and cherished by each generation.